my advice to him is as he's moving up to his upcoming fight, make sure that he focus on speed, he focus on how to improve his strength and while maintaining the speed. Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight.
No.
Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength.
Okay, take a pic. You take a pic.
In a recent, hard-hitting interview, boxing legend Manny Pacquiao didn't hold back as he analyzed the much-anticipated showdown between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Drawing on decades of experience spanning both welterweight and middleweight wars, Pacquiao offered a sharp, strategic breakdown of how the fight might unfold and who holds the advantage. With fans and analysts split, Pacquiao's insights are already stirring debate across the boxing world. The 8-division champion touched on power, speed, ring IQ, and the psychological warfare brewing between these two elite fighters.
If you were to fight, let's say Terence Crawford, what weight would you want to fight at?
147.
147 still?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think you might be watching this. This is going to make a little bit of news. Why don't you go ahead and challenge him right now?
Because my natural weight is 140, so I mean I'm just moving up to 147, so it's not getting hard to reduce.
He says he wants to fight Canelo maybe at 168 pounds. Do you imagine him beating Canelo at that weight?
I don't know. Let's wait.
Pacquiao issued a strong warning to Crawford about the risks of jumping 2 weight classes to face Canelo. Pulling from his own 8-division championship journey, Pacquiao bluntly stated, "It's good for Canelo." He emphasized that Alvarez's size and natural power at 168 pounds offer a clear edge. While advising Crawford to rely on his speed, slick movement, and enhanced strength, Pacquiao made it clear that these assets may still fall short against the heavy shots and physicality of a naturally larger opponent. He stressed that stepping into the super middleweight realm would require elite footwork, high ring IQ, and brutal training. To Pacquiao, Crawford will have to surpass his limits just to compete, and even then, the size gap remains a major obstacle. In his eyes, this isn't just a challenge, it's a calculated gamble, and possibly the toughest test of Crawford's career, one that could define his legacy.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
I asked this because you did it with Margarito. You went to 54, and people were like, "Oh my God, this guy's so big, Margarito." But your speed made the difference in that fight. Well, what advice would you give a smaller guy like Crawford to fight someone like Canelo, who's a lot bigger and stronger?
You know, preparing like that opponents, like is not only the speed, but you know the techniques that you can use in the fight. Like make sure that in your daily routine, training routine, like that, make sure that all the techniques, strategy, combination, like you know, it's accurate to your opponent's style. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you have a exam, a math exam tomorrow, you have to review right now a math subject. You don't need to review English subject or a science subject. You have to review math subject because tomorrow you're going to have a exam. You're going to exam a math subject. That's
a hard exam.
The historic showdown is officially set for September 13th, 2025, in Las Vegas. Crawford will jump up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight crown, aiming to unify the WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, the Ring, and TBRB titles, all in one bout, streaming live on Netflix. With a record of 41-0, 31 KOs, Crawford has already defeated top-tier opponents like Errol Spence Jr. and Israel Madrimov. He now stands on the verge of becoming the first male fighter in the 4-belt era to become undisputed in 3 separate weight divisions.
You've accepted this fight now, but in the previous years you said it doesn't interest you because you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he were to beat you, how damaging would that be to the Canelo brand?
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass. Like
yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majimov.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
Canelo Alvarez, a dominant force in the super middleweight division, holds an impressive record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws with 39 knockouts. His resume includes titles across 4 weight classes: junior middleweight, middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight. He became the first undisputed super middleweight champion in 2021 after defeating Caleb Clark.
The same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the 3rd round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez has voiced serious concerns over Crawford's decision to jump 2 weight classes. While acknowledging Crawford's brilliance across 4 divisions, Marquez questioned whether the physical leap to 168 is too extreme. He pointed out Crawford's limited power at 154 pounds and suggested that adding mass might reduce his signature fluidity. Without dramatic strength gains, Marquez believes Alvarez's natural size will be too much. Though he respects Crawford's sharp defense and accuracy, he reiterated, weight classes exist for a reason, calling the matchup a reckless move that defies fundamental boxing principles.
I don't like the fight because Terrence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terrence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terrence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And 3 more divisions, 2 more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Roy Jones Jr. believes the fight won't be decided by Crawford's weight jump, but rather by how Canelo performs. In an interview with The Ring back in February, Jones said, if Alvarez does what he's supposed to do, he'll win. But if he fights the wrong way, Crawford will take it. He stressed that Crawford must control the center of the ring to pressure Canelo. By June, Jones doubled down, weight doesn't matter. What counts is whether Crawford can take Canelo's power. When you're as skilled as Bud, weight isn't a big factor. He also warned, if you run from a big man, you give him confidence. That's stupid. To Jones, this is a chess match, where mental discipline, timing, and ring generalship will determine the winner.
I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is going to always follow him.
Terrence is not taking a fight in between. He's like, I'm going to move up to 168. I'm going to take my time with that. Should we expect an upset, or are we going to see what most people are expecting in that fight if it does happen?
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people are looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart. Canelo is too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see. We're going to see a chess match, and a chess match that, if it's played correctly by each side, it could be very interesting. If it's played wrong by either side, the other side will dominate. That's how good this fight is.
Let's say if Canelo wins, do you think people give Canelo credit because Bud is smaller? And if Bud wins, should he just retire and go on the sunset?
Bud definitely should retire if he wins. Canelo, no, you have unfinished business, bro. You can try to hide, you can try to run, but that monster thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. Even if you retire the rest of your career, the monster thing is not going anywhere because the monster was searching for you. He beat everything y'all sent at him in the process of trying to get to you. I don't care who you beat. the monster thing is going to always follow him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was a time when he was saying, Benavidez was saying, you know what, I got to earn that Canelo shot. He earned that shot long time ago.
Veteran commentator Jim Lampley leans toward Canelo, but warns fans not to overlook Crawford's elite skill set. He highlighted Alvarez's evolution from his early losses to now becoming one of the sport's most efficient counterpunchers with elite defensive timing and core strength, bolstered, interestingly, through unconventional training like horse riding. Comparing Crawford's style to a modern-day Sugar Ray Robinson, Lampley praised Bud's adaptability and ability to switch stances with a ruthless mindset.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Lampley broke down the size vs skill dynamic with sharp analysis. While acknowledging Canelo's size and power advantage, he argued that Crawford can overcome it, but only with a flawless performance. That means switching smoothly between orthodox and southpaw, controlling angles, setting pace, and staying mobile. One flat-footed moment, and the fight could turn.
Uses strength and conditioning. There's very few fighters that just train using skill, train skills. Like George St. Pierre did that for a certain period of his career.
I wonder if there's anybody left in boxing who trains just using the gym skills. There were a lot of them when I was first involved in the sport who would never have touched a weight.
Right.
You know, they subscribed totally to the notion that that was negative.
Right. And the worst case, I mean, they definitely did calisthenics, but that was it. It was just body weight exercises, you know, which brings us to Crawford, which I think is really interesting. The Crawford-Canelo fight.
Beyond interesting. Fascinating.
Fascinating. Because how does Crawford compete with that size? And, you know, we have to recognize, okay, well, when Canelo fought Floyd, it was 152 pounds, right? So he had dropped down, which was a struggle for him, which is why Floyd was so brilliant in getting him to go down to 152, because he knew he would be drained.
Was it 52 or 54?
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult added his perspective, noting that although Crawford is tremendously gifted, he'd need 3 times the experience to compete with someone like Canelo. He emphasized that Alvarez has faced more dangerous opponents at higher weights, with a level of physical intensity Crawford has never experienced.
If he were to accomplish that and beat Canelo Alvarez, become 3-time undisputed, is that top 10 greatest fighter to ever live? Like, that is incredible. Yeah. Like, I don't think people, it's not like just becoming 3-time undisputed. You did that on your way. You beat destroyed Errol Spence, and then if you were to beat Canelo Alvarez, that is, brother, please. Does Crawford put up a better fight against Canelo than Charlo does?
Hold on.
I'm saying coming from one, that is shameful.
No, let's go to Super Chat. Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo, Crawford?
Yeah. Got Canelo. Spaceman, that's my guy, though, man. That's the war room showing up.
Oh, yeah, I ain't doing this friendly. It's my show, damn it.
You're right.
I mean, me and show. It's still me and
brother, I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. And
you was back further than me.
Yeah.
I wasn't back that far, but you was back.
Boom.
Damn, how far was you? He was all the way up there?
Yeah, I was in the nosebleed. No, I was like,
nah, you get money. You got
but I'm
he was comfy where he was comfy.
But I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches.
That's the only thing I worry about.
So how can you, a man coming from 147, I know he's a great man. Crawford is a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody can do better than Charlo did last night.
On the flip side, Andre Ward remains unwavering in his support for Crawford, confidently stating he'd bet the house on him. While acknowledging the weight disadvantage, Ward emphasized that Crawford's mental toughness and fight IQ are unmatched. "I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against anybody right now. Someone has to prove they can break his will."
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Crawford himself sees this clash as the defining moment of his career, perhaps boxing's biggest bout in 2 decades. He openly calls Canelo the face of boxing, but insists this fight is about legacy, not money. His goal: become the first man in the four-belt era to be undisputed in 3 weight classes. Focused and determined, Crawford aims to showcase his full skill set on the grandest stage and etch his name among the sport's all-time greats.
TV with Terence Crawford. What do you make of Canelo versus Skull?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing for you?
One fight at a time, one fight at a time.
What did you make of, I know you didn't say much on tonight, the effectiveness of William Skull? He came to go to decision as opposed to win the fight. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just moving a lot.
Do you think that's a style you have to employ in points of the fight?
I don't know, because if you watch the styles that beat him, they didn't move a lot.
In a recent interview, Crawford revisited a potential fight with Manny Pacquiao, referencing his dominant 2015 win over Pacquiao's sparring partner Jean, which many believed would lead to a bout at 140 pounds. Crawford claims Pacquiao disappeared after that performance, suggesting his dominance may have discouraged the 8-division champ. Still, Crawford respects Pacquiao's historic legacy, but maintains that his own achievements now stand independently. His focus, he says, is squarely on current challenges.
The reason why he's not up there. You should know that reason.
It's your interview.
Man, Manny's a generational, talented fighter. Like, he's accomplished what no other fighter is ever going to accomplish.
Yeah.
Again, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own. That's me personally, because for the simple fact, when Floyd made it a point for him to do the blood test, he didn't want to do the blood test. But then when he did do the blood test, he haven't got a knockout since.
So, the big question: will Crawford's speed and IQ be enough to neutralize Canelo's size and strength, or will Alvarez's power and experience seal the win?